What's up, YouTube? Mr. Beanstein here, Beanstein Productions. Man, it's like 2:45 a.m. But I want to give y'all this tutorial of how to go from like white skin and make it like dark skin. Not necessarily black or whatever, but the darker skin kind of looks black. But I seen a tutorial online toward the opposite effect to make go from like black to white, but not white to black. So I figured I'd do it and show you guys. So let's get to it. Um, Majority of this tutorial, you just got to kind of play with the settings to get like the right effect. So let's just get started. So first off, we just want to go up to select, go to color range. So we want to select just the white skin. So and once you select it, it's gonna pop up right here. Click your dropper tool with the plus sign, and you want to just keep clicking until you have like all the skin that you need. And you may get some areas you don't want to, but it don't matter. Just try to get as much as you can. Maybe like take some out, and then just get as good as you can and click OK. So you see we got some areas we don't want selected, so we go ahead and get your lasso tool. You use a lasso, polygon lasso, don't really matter. But hold down shift because we want to add this into the selection. So hold down shift and just circle the area you want to add. So it gets added, and you just keep doing that. And we want to take this part out. So hold down Alt when you circle. So we just get around the mouth. We don't want the insides to get selected. So use Alt to minus, as you see the little minus sign, and then Shift plus, which adds. So we want to add the rest of this part of the chin. So as you see, it adds it right there, and then you could kind of get like little parts of the neck. You want to be as detailed as possible. I'm gonna add the eyebrows in, and we'll be able to clean all this up later. So I mean, but you still want to get as perfect as possible. It makes it much easier in the end. Just add all of this, holding down shift. Make sure you hold down shift when you're circling. Let's take some of this out of the eye. We don't need all of that. Get as close to the eye as possible. It don't have to be like right on it because we can still correct it later. So I'm just gonna try to get as close as I can. Let's see, go too close. Let's get some of this out of the eyeball. Some of this. Add some of that. Let's see, some of the ear. Let's go, I'm just gonna leave that like it is because I'm gonna correct that later. Let's see, let's get some more parts of the neck. It's not gonna be perfect. Let's get some more of the side of the face. Alright, that look pretty good. This. That look pretty good as a selection. Add the more. Oops. Alright, so now you want to take this right here, your background image, drag it down to the little layers icon to duplicate it, and then right click your image, go to refine edge, and I mean you could do it. This just makes it a little softer. You could feather it or you kind of smooth it out. I just do about 5, and then go ahead when you have it smooth out like you want it. Go ahead, click the mask icon. So it makes a mask of what we had selected. So if we just go like that, it's going. All right. So now this is where we want to start playing with some colors. Now this how I did it. To oops, sorry. This is how I did it to get the color I wanted. I just went to my adjustments icon and click solid color, and I tried to pick like a brown, just try to get the color that I'm trying to achieve. I just start off with any color really, and then just like change the blend mode. Now you notice it's covering the whole image. All you have to do to make it fit just the mask part of the face, the skin, right click your top layer, create clipping mask. So that way it'll just go to your face, to the face or the skin, whatever. Don't worry, it's gonna look ugly, but when we're done, it'll look nice and realistic. So, I mean, you just gotta kind of play with these a little bit. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go with overlay, and then I'm gonna fill in some of these areas. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click my mask, go to my brush tool, make sure I have the black colors, actually the white selected so we can add, and we're just gonna color in. Make sure you have the mask selected and it's on white. So let's get all of these little areas. Don't worry, it just looks ugly right now. We'll fix everything and it'll look as realistic as possible. I'm trying to make it look as real as possible. So cover all the skin that we want. So we want it as accurate as possible. Let's increase the brush size a little bit. And I know it looks kind of funky right now. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, it's gonna look nice. Trust me. Just keep going down. Just clean up all the little edges. So yeah, and you could take that out over the shirt. Switch to black. So you have a little orange right there. Just decrease the brush with the left bracket. The brush size with the left bracket, increase with the right. And then just kind of go over where you did. Make sure you have black as the foreground color. So let's zoom out. We got some spots over here on the ear. Let's get that. Get some more to the eye. So let's zoom out. That looks pretty good. We got everything going. So now this is where you got to start kind of playing with it a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my. Now you can do it 2 ways. I like to mess with both of them. So I'll start with the hue and saturation, and I'll just play with it a little bit. So maybe I don't want that like hella orange like that. That's fucking too much. Like we want it just a little bit, maybe something like subtle like that. Cause we're going for a nice, smooth, nice brown tone or whatever tone you want to go for. I mean, it's up to you, but this is how I do it. So right here we kind of you kind of got to play with these values. I actually put the values in the description, but they're over here, so you can kind of look as I go along. And okay, that looks pretty cool as that is right there. So we're gonna go ahead and When we're done, right click hue and saturation, create clipping mask so it doesn't affect the rest of the picture. Alright. We probably fixed that. I don't like that right there, but I'll fix it later. Then let's go pick another one. Selective color. So this is where we just gonna play with some colors for a little bit. So this, you just gotta kind of play with it and get like the right tone. So we don't want it too red. So we're going for that like nice brown. And that looks pretty good already. So that's on the reds channel. Plus 50 for cyan. That's super yellow. We don't want that. I want like a brown. So that's looking pretty nice so far. And the yellows, I don't really need to do much with the yellows. You can maybe bring it up just a tad to about +3. And then the blacks, maybe bring the blacks up just a tad. Okay. So that's cyan +50, magenta +4, yellow +3, and black +2. So let's just play with some other colors. Let's go maybe to the yellows. And you just gotta kind of play with it. So like, see how we got a lot of like, it's kind of too orangish. So right here we kind of getting like the brown, the real brown kind of look. Like that. So that's around +30 on cyans on the yellows. And play with the magentas. And you gotta kind of eyeball it yourself. I mean, I'm gonna do what looks good to me. So that magenta is about, let's see, that's about +10. Yellows, so I don't want it too yellow. I don't want it too red. And that's -8 on yellows and yellows. And then blacks, it's up to you how you want to make it, but I'm gonna make it a little darker. Around like 16. And I mean, you kind of play with these other ones if you want. Let's see, whites. What does whites do? White don't really do much. Let's go to cyans, or actually, let's go to magentas. Let's see what it do. Not really. That one, the cyan don't really do much. I just set it to 0. Alright, so we got that going. Now, I mean, you could kind of maybe like on the solid color, maybe play with the color a little bit, which is also affects like how it looks. So like, oh, let's see, that looks like a cool one, brown, or yeah, the ones kind of look natural. So almost looks, that looks pretty nice. Alright, so as you see my values over here, let me drag this over so you can kind of see. 5B2F0E. That might, you could enter that in your values, or, kind of do it how you want. I might change it actually. I don't really like that. So 4D290E. 4D290E. That looks pretty cool. So I'm not gonna do extra, try to do too much, but alright, so now I want to go down. So we're gonna start changing the lips and the eyes. So what I want to do is go down to my background layer, click it, make sure it's selected, zoom in on the eyes. I'm gonna take our magnetic lasso and select around the eyes. Try to get a pretty good selection. Sometimes it won't register right, but alright, so yeah, one selected, so then hold down shift to select the other one, so they can be selected together. Alright, so now we want to go ahead and right click, feather. Around 2 or 3 is fine. I'm going to go around 2, kind of smoothing the edges. And then right click again, layer via copy. So now we have just a layer for the eyes. So now what we want to do is we can do this multiple ways. I'm going to do it this way. Take my paintbrush, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick like the brown, like a brown color, dark brown. And with my paintbrush, I'm going to collect the little lock right here, this little like pattern, like checker box. Click that. That keeps, when you paint, it won't go outside the area that we have selected. So let me show you. So how we paint, like no matter what, it's not going to go outside of that. And just paint over it. And now, let's see, let's name this Iris. So we go ahead, go to change the blend mode. Now since I'm making like a black person, I'm going to make the eyes real dark, not a brown, because it doesn't look realistic. So that's going to look nice from a distance. You're not going to be able to tell that it's like, it might be a little strong. Let's see. That one looks cool because we can still see the, yeah, that looks cool. So you see we still got a little white parts in here. What you could do is just go to the background layer, and then we could just paint over it. Just over the little areas that I want to fill in. Whoops. Actually, yeah, we want to click this one, and then maybe take the black. Make sure select the black, and then kind of just go over those like little white areas. All right. And then, I mean, we could kind of take it down, like maybe the opacity a little bit. Nah, that looks fine like it is. All right, now let's do the lips. So we'll do the same thing, create a new layer, I'll name it lips. And we're going to take that same brown that we had, and we're just going to take our paintbrush, and we're going to paint over the lips. Now, you don't have to be perfect. Let me change the brown. I don't like that brown no more. Let's go like a darker brown. Now you can do this any color you want. I'm choosing brown. And even though this don't really look like brown. Now you see I'm not really trying to make it perfect, but it don't matter because I'm going to fix it. I'm just trying to get all the lip. And then we do the same thing we do with the eyes. Play with the blend mode. I don't like to look at it from a distance because it looks different when you look at it from a different perspective. Now this is kind of entirely up to you. You can choose whatever lifts you want. I think that goes good with her skin tone. Or even that one, but I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. That's overlay. And then we can go in and, clean it up a little bit. Maybe erase these little parts under the teeth so the teeth don't get blocked by all of that. And then you get our paintbrush and then fill it in some more. And get just little edges. If you watch my makeup tutorials, you already know how to do this. Simple techniques. Alright, let's zoom out, see what we got. That's looking pretty good so far. So I'm gonna go back to my mask. I want to fix something on mine. I just don't want all of that inside the hair, so I'm just gonna fix it real quick. Whoops, let me make sure I have a softer brush. Kind of just clean it up a little bit. Alrighty. Alright, so I mean, from this point on, like if you're happy with it, you can leave it as is. I still got a little bit of like light part right there, so I can like just maybe color that in a little bit. I want to get the eye, and then let's go back down to the background image. I just want to add some more black up here. Now, like I said, you can make the eyes whatever color you want. I'm making mine this color because I feel that it looks good like this. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe I can go to do a curves adjustment, image adjustment curves on the, the copy. So image adjustments, curves, and then maybe, I don't want to bring it down too much. Maybe bring it up just a tad. That's too bright. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like I said, you could adjust it like you want. Make it like what looks good to you. And that looks good to me. I mean, if we go up and then just like take that out, I mean, you see the big difference. That's a big difference. Very big difference. Let's see. So now look at the difference. And let's see. So from this point, I mean, I like how this looks. So I'm gonna leave it like it is. If you don't, then oh well. Fix it how you want to fix it. But hold on. I see a few little edits I want to catch. Let me add these in. Alrighty. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flatten the image. Right click, flatten when you're happy with it. And then I'm going to make a copy. And then I'm going to go to filter. Actually, no, I'm going to desaturate it. So you can go to image adjustments, desaturate, or you can just Control Shift U or Command Shift U if you're on a Mac to desaturate it. Go to filter, other, high pass, 5 pixels, and then change the blend mode, and it's gonna make it pop. So let's see, I usually use, so here you go, linear light, and that really makes it pop, gives it a good detail, and it makes it more realistic. So there you have it, guys. In-depth tutorial how to go from light to dark. If you liked it, give it a like, comment, subscribe. Any suggestions or anything else you want to see, let me know, and I'll be happy to do it for you. But other than that, I'm out. Mr. Beamstein.